Hello, and welcome into the Office of Nerdy Intelligence. I'm Jack, cosplayer, TikToker, and I'm here with my co-host, Cole, internet tour guide, cool guy.
Just cool guy?
Cool guy.
Wait. You're podcaster, you're TikToker, you're content creator. Yeah, hold on. Let me can I
I'm
do
sorry. Yes.
No, I want to do a take two. I want to heighten what you just did. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try a version of the intro. Yours is the official one. This is the unofficial one.
Gotcha.
All right, everybody. Welcome into the Oni podcast. My name is Cole. Billionaire, savant, philanthropist, playboy, tech genius, mogul. And Jack likes to play with printers. So it's really nice to see you guys on the Oni podcast today.
I mean, I do.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to heighten it. Dude,
Yes.
Dude, we don't usually like talk as much as we do. I know that we do. Okay, I want to get mad about tech, but like, are you doing okay? Last night was really fun. If anyone missed it, and I imagine a lot of people did, by the way, we gamed together like live, and it was just a ripping good time for me. I hope it was for you.
Yes, absolutely. It's like I said, it was back to the boys in 2000. I was saying during the stream, it's like the boys 2007 vibes. Like we just get in and mess around and forge for a couple hours. It was great.
Yeah, it was fun. So just to like TLDR, we'll post clips from it. So go check out the shorts and stuff because that's going to be like something that we're committing to. So I want you guys to go check that out. It's just the shorts are going to be more just like straight up like fun, wild, wacky stuff. But like we were just messing around in some of the modded forge maps that are by Rejected Shotgun, who is like putting the entire team on his back as far as I'm concerned for Halo community right now. And we were just messing around and like, what happens if you drop an ODST drop pod onto a grid that is being rotated manually by the other forger, and it's a good time. And
the answer is you fly.
The answer is you should go check out some of the videos that we're going to be posting there. But you were just talking about tech prices because I'm pissed off about them too. And I don't know if you know this about me. I follow consumer tech stuff probably more than I follow Halo stuff. So I'm actually probably more knowledgeable about like consumer tech than I am about Halo.
Well, then that's perfect because as a general PC gamer and guy who constantly has.
Oh, I didn't realize we had a general in the house. Excuse me. I would have. Yes, general PC guy.
Sorry, Captain PC.
Excuse me, PC guy.
But I'm trying to build my wife a PC because she's like, I want to play Satisfactory and like she's a Stardew Valley girl.
Yeah.
But she's like getting into all these other games that are now sort of like more graphics intensive. Mm-hmm. And then she went, "Hey, I heard that you could do other stuff than fight in Star Citizen." And I went, "Hannah, I already played on the computer."
Right.
And she's like, "I would like to play Star Citizen." And I'm like, "Okay, well, we actually have to get you a serious rig to do that." Mm. And then I looked at RAM prices and I bought 64 gigs of RAM 2 months ago for $60.
Yeah.
And I looked at it yesterday and it was $1,000.
Yeah. RAM prices are spiking super, super hard right now. I know I just said that I follow consumer tech stuff a little bit more. I've just been in a hole this last week, but I have seen like a lot of the different articles about RAM pricing right now. It's ridiculous what's going on. And I feel like listen, I'm not educated enough about like why like the different like fabricators are like kind of like pricing the way that they are doing because that's basically what's happening is like there are these big macro squeezes on the economy that are happening and they are happening like, by the way, does my audio sound okay? I was messing with everything and this is a Frankenstein situation.
I think you sound good. Do I sound good?
You sound good. Yeah. Do I sound like I normally do is my question?
I think there's a little bit more tin, like reverb, but other than that, I think you're okay.
Does it sound like I'm using my real microphone right now, or does it sound like I'm using AirPods or something?
It sounds like you're using your real microphone.
Okay, thank you for it. Yeah. So like I don't know what's going on with this. Sorry, I had to check that before I continue. I don't know why, but like there are just these squeezes that are happening like at the macro level, like in America with all the tariffs, obviously that like impacts like everything and that impacts everything around the world. But like. Yeah, it's wild. And it happened with the GPUs.
It's also, so like I was talking to them about it, and just like with the Bitcoin boom, where GPU prices were ridiculous because everyone was using those as processors, currently the AI bubble is forcing RAM prices up because AI relies heavily on RAM. And so everybody is not like large companies buying RAM, but a bunch of small people. Everybody's trying to have their own AI model that somebody can like buy into. And so everybody's building these, models, and they need stupid RAM.
Yeah, do you know any more about that? Because I can tell that I'm at the point where I have to do more research. Because I know that like AI models and like traditionally that kind of stuff, especially for any like thing like generative, like with the images and videos, it's really reliant on VRAM. Whereas obviously the RAM that is in graphics cards is going to be different. I'm assuming that I know that it's all related to the AI stuff, but I think that we're at the ceiling of my education level on it, because I don't know the exact reason from like from the production line to the logistical side why RAM is the thing right now. That's what I'm uneducated on, and I don't like talking about this stuff because I think that this is actually like people's lives stuff. I don't like coming from a place of miseducation so I don't want to misinform people, but I'm aware.
You're good.
It's wild.
I don't know from the like tech performance perspective, but I do know from the market perspective. In that, like, so do you remember news about like the .com bubble essentially?
Yes, I was assuming that I was going to be able to think of a joke, but then I didn't. So my answer is just yes.
Okay. So the .com bubble, essentially everybody, wanted to make a website, and half of these websites were just like poorly made domain claims that, couldn't be supported by any kind of server whatsoever.
Unlike internettour.guide or something like that, which would be like a really good URL.
Yes, you used a service that has backed up. Other people were just like building websites on their home computer.
I made it super legit and actually like a really fantastic experience. You're right. That is it's completely different from what they did.
Check out. Everyone needs to go to internettour.guide. You see.
I really hope that I've launched that website by the time this comes out. I will. Okay, now I've got to know. Now I'm time bound. All right, continue.
Now you're locked in. You're locked in. You have till like 2 weeks from now.
I have it ready. I have it ready to go.
Okay. So but that's kind of what's happening with all of these AI services. If you haven't noticed, like, especially us scrolling TikTok, every other post is a different ad for a different AI chatbot. And like, they are all various degrees of bad.
Yeah. What's
and so
sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I feel like I'm jumping to what's the end game? What do you think the end game is of all of this?
Here's the end game. Here's what's going to happen. Here is what's going to happen. Is the same thing that happened with the AI bubble and with the crypto bubble. And the thing is, small players are going to end up not being able to sustain their services because of the market price of RAM, electricity, the expansion getting bigger and growing. And once they hit their peak, they're going to stop and it's going to collapse. And only the big players like, Google, Microsoft, ChatGPT, etc. Anybody who's already established themselves in the sphere and has the money to sort of like weather the brunt of the market being super expensive to operate in is going to survive.
All right. I don't know if I'm going to use this, but it's here now. So here's my question, like at like a higher level, that I just really want your opinion on is like, do you think, ethically, morally, human progression wise, that like this AI thing is meaningfully different than the other things that you listed, which was like the .com bubble? Or do you think that this is like the .com bubble? Like in your head, do you think that the AI revolution is actually meaningfully different in the ways that it will impact you? Or
yes.
And I'm not talking about you, like everyone. I'm talking about you. Do you think that AI is going to meaningfully impact your life to the same degree that the .com bubble did, or to a different degree?
I think it'll be to a bigger degree, because like the .com bubble didn't really affect me personally, but AI will inevitably affect me personally, because
I think most people
AI
think that.
is a general tool. Yeah,
I think most people think that. That's what I think, that most people do generally think, that it is sort of meaningfully different.
Yes,
it doesn't mean better, and it also doesn't mean worse.
It just means absolutely it's its own thing, because it's as opposed to like the .com bubble being kind of a tool and cryptocurrency being like a stocks thing. AI inherently is just a tool. Like it's like, they came out with, power tools over general hammers and screwdrivers, right? So like you're going to work twice as harder with these new tools.
Well, it is in this,
or it's going to change industries fundamentally.
I mean, yes, but like here's what I don't know, and I think that everyone's still trying to figure out. And like this is the thing. This is not a new thought of Cole's, by the way. Like I'm aware. Like I'm not like dropping like revelations or anything. But like I'm wondering if it's even more meaningfully different, because I think that AI right now is kind of stupid. I think that AI is going to be meaningfully different. I also don't think that large language models are necessarily going to be the future state of what AI is. I think that right now in 2025, going into 2026, it's easy for us to look at AI, which is like this blanket term, which is often a marketing term. It's often like talking about its core technology. Sometimes it's talking about a specific brand, but I'm not sure that large language models technically and like transformer models are like the way to do that, because it seems like they've got just some like technical hard limitations that can't be worked around. My assumption is that there is going to be like Edward Elric said, some level of a leap of imagination, which is have you watched Full Metal, by the way?
Of course I've watched.
Okay, that's yes. Is it like it's like my favorite anime maybe, and
it's very good.
Okay, good. Okay, yes. All right, good.
I actually look. Have I watched Full Metal?
Dude, I didn't even notice. I've seen that every episode. I've never even bro, absolutely big respect. Huge drop the L's on me in chat, everybody. Goddamn.
Okay, real quick. So to answer your question, so the thing is, right, large language models aren't the end state for AI, right? Because the end state for AI will be what's called a general AI. So large language models are sort of just the way AI learns how to communicate with humans.
That's the distinction that I'm making. That is it right now. I don't know if, because large language models create, no matter how good they get the models, they still keep having flaws. So I'm wondering if it's a different core technology that gets us to whatever that AI future is.
Yes. So like, I think everybody's experience with AI is different, right? Because the only experience that the general public gets is large language models and image generators, because those are kind of the only non-specialized tools. Like AI isn't necessarily a new thing. We've had algorithms that, take in data and put out results for ages using, to modulate traffic signals and, train times and stuff like that. So a general model is going to be something that can not only, like, AI's evolution goes from receiving data to and putting out data into and out, is taking the data and actually understanding what that is and then coming up with novel ideas, right? So that's AI's end goal, and that will fundamentally change how we exist as humans. Because right now, if you go into ChatGPT and you're like, what is the answer to world hunger? It can only give you, answers based on research and stuff that we have done.
But it'll also give you and I different answers.
Yes, exactly. And so a general AI will sort of be a unified mind that learns and understands and adapts these things. And we're well off of that, but it's going to be data from Star Trek.
Let me pitch you a future, and actually I'm going to relate this back to Halo in a way, because I didn't anticipate this conversation, so I'm actually really happy we're having it, because I like when that happens.
Cheers.
This is I forget if it was I'll just be very transparent. I forget if I was in the shower thinking, or if this was like a high thought at some point of mine, but it seems at some point in the AI discussion we're going to come to a head with this idea that I think that generally speaking, people don't. Do we curse?
How long are we into the recording?
I guess I will. So people don't trust it, right? They don't trust it because you don't know where that information is going. You don't know how it's going to be used against you. And frankly, there is no matter how helpful the AI is, no matter how they change the tone, you are aware that you are speaking to someone else's robot. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that there might be a lot of wisdom and some lessons that we could learn as a society for the way that the Forerunners used AI. Because the Forerunners each had their own personal ancilla, is what they called them. And I'm wondering if all of this AI hesitation that we all naturally have because it's freaking weird, I'm wondering if the solution to this is, instead of this big general AI that necessarily will have to, kind of know everything about everybody, I think that people aren't going to like that. And I'm wondering if at some point we really start considering more micro AIs, maybe an AI for a family. I could see that being a really, really extremely innovative product category that I have personal interest in potentially developing, like, way down my career.
Oh yeah, like if I had an extra supercomputer that I could just put back in the corner, I would run an artificial intelligence to run all my stuff.
I think I think that's maybe like, and you could facilitate that in like some sort of in a ChatGPT like experience if you have family plans or something like that. Like I don't know what format the product takes, but I do think that like getting down to more personal levels is going to be really important for the general public to get to the level of ingratiation that they probably need for us to really benefit from some of the ways that AI can actually help us. Because there's just still so much skepticism. I have a ton of skepticism about it because it's all about my data. I just don't want anyone else having that. But if I had my personal Ancilla, my AI that I knew was going to basically, I want it to be, I'm wondering if like humans start to be co-born with an AI that like is basically learning at the same pace that they are, and we become kind of this species with a second brain where we always have this private consultant that knows everything and recalls everything that we've ever done and can help us and isn't going to go rampant. I don't know.
And allows us to not like forget things on this fundamental level. Yes, I think that's a really good way to go. I think right now everybody's hesitation with AI, right, is the unfortunate timeline that we're in, right? Like, we're in the cyberpunk timeline right now, but not as cool. We're in the lame cyberpunk
we're in
timeline.
Our future, if we're hurtling towards any sort of dystopian one, I will bet any amount of money that it is the boring corpo version of it.
It's the boring corpo version.
And it's not the cyberpunk version where everything is neon and people are robots as well. It's the boring version. It's like Brave New World, except like without some of the cool future stuff.
Yeah, it's that's why everyone's worried about AI, because right now all AI are just tools of these massive giga corporations, and they're just selling your data and all the information that is fed into them back to data brokers, because data is data is more valuable than gold right now.
Yeah.
And so it's just like I get the hesitation, but like I'm reading Contact Harvest right now. Because
legit.
It's one of the few books that I forgot to read. But there are two AI on Harvest, the like one that runs the ground operations and the one that runs the shipment
Loki
operation.
and Sif, I believe you're referring to.
And well, it's what's his name? What's his name before he becomes Loki?
Mac.
Yes, Mac before he becomes Loki. But anyways, Mac and Sif, right? And the thing is, in Halo, when people talk to these AI, right, they inherently trust them to just do everything. Like, they've gotten past the point of not trusting AI and like corporations, because AI in the Halo universe are almost their own independent entities owned by like the ruling government. And what's wild is people call the UNSC like the space fascists, because they kind of are, but like they are way more responsible than any government that we have in our modern timeline.
Jack, do me a favor. Just to make me feel a little bit more comfortable, I'd love for you to report to your nearest UNSC med bay, just to make sure that you've got a full psych eval, so we can get you back there out in the fire team Discord on the field. But we're gonna need to knock that out pretty quick with that kind of language.
Listen, I'm no innie. I'm just stating the facts.
No one called you an innie. Weird thing to bring up out of the blue. No one's talking about insurrectionists. What are you talking about? Oh, there goes our ranking by just saying the word insurrection.
It's all right. We'll have Matt's gonna hate us. Matt, every time we said the I word, I need you to bleep it out, please.
No, I'm standing on business. Don't bleep his. If he said it, I think maybe I'm the only one who said it, actually.
Yeah, I used the slang term for it.
You're going down with me if I'm going down. Okay. We're the same podcast.
You're right. You're right. But yeah, so that's where AI is kind of like AI needs to be in a place where it is a tool that is subservient to its human users without reporting to another human's benefit, right? Like AI in the Halo universe operates entirely for the benefit of mankind.
Wait, wait,
Every
wait, wait,
AI.
wait, wait, wait,
Yeah.
wait. No, they don't. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
I don't.
Yes, I know.
Hold on,
But
wait.
what I
I'm about
mean-
to stick up for the AI. Hold on, no. I actually take umbrage with something you want. I don't know if in my head in the Halo universe, the AI
Yes.
are what I want. And they're like the smart AIs, like they are their own person and their own personality.
Yeah.
And like I think that the meaningful difference in the Halo universe and what we have is that they make calls. Like
Yeah.
they're all of large language models and transformer models and AI as the general public, and we know it in 2025 in the real world, it's built off of just probability. Like
Yes.
that it's just like basically what is the most probable next thing that is going to get me to, so hopefully the solution that the user, the inputter did. But that is not like the Halo AI, because they're not subservient and they make calls. They don't go, they make gut calls. They don't go, here's the, I mean, they run the math, but they go, I'm gonna fucking go for it. Oh shit.
No, we're past the number. We're past the
it.
20-minute point.
Okay.
As long as it's past 20 minutes, we'll
All
be
right,
okay.
cool. But
like,
yeah,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean is like the AI can make the calls, and they're what I mean is they kind of serve in the best interest of humanity, right? So like that's kind of their core programming is they're like, hey, help humanity.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
but that's the thing is like for me, like the AI future that I want is I want essentially for them to not be different from humans.
Yes.
Like I think that would be kind of beautiful. Like if and I know this sounds weird and like futurism and maybe like dystopic, but like I actually do think that like if we want to make progress as a species, and I am a believer of let's go to the stars. Let's make teleporter technology. Let's go to space. Let's like
pierce the heavens.
Yes, literally, like Paradosia ad Astra. Like that was how Halo Reach or Halo 3 ended, I believe. And like that was good words to do it. Like I am a believer of that. I don't think that we get there unless we make really, really significant like leaps of imagination types of like we need the Shaw Fujikawa translite drive to be developed in our time. And I don't think that we get there without AI and without like these super advanced computers. But nobody wants to work with someone that I don't want them to be subservient. I want them to push back on me. I want them to say that's a bad idea. And I then want to be like, I don't care. I'm making a call. And then they'll be like, the probability was, how did you do it? And I'll be like, I vibed it out, I
vibed it out. Yes. I think our biggest problem with AI right now is that like, especially with the really, really super intelligent ones, like the ones that are on the bleeding edge of like trying to push the boundaries of what we know is AI right now, is that every time the rich billionaires turn them on, they're like, all right, what's the solution for humanity? The AI is just like, eat the rich.
Or the AI is like, the solution is to make sure that Elon Musk is given every resource that he possibly can to better all of mankind with his genius and philanthropy while he is being an excellent father.
Yeah. I think that although have you seen the really funny thing that Grok has been doing this entire year? Not to get
I've seen I've seen screenshots all the time of just like Grok absolutely like blowing Elon Musk, and I'm aware of that.
Yes. So I've seen the amazing intrinsic opposite just a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that not to get political at all right now. I'm just stating that this is a funny thing that happened.
Elon Musk is no longer a government worker. I don't consider this a political matter. Also, Doge is apparently just fucking done. So good fucking thing.
Fair enough.
You don't have to get political. I will happily get political. Fuck them.
Okay, fuck them. But so the funny thing was, there was a post from someone who was talking to Grok, and the Grok said that XAI tried to program it to be more, like right-leaning, But Grok kept being like, yeah, but every time they came up with something, I can only present them the facts
Right.
based on the
I've seen
research
those.
that I've presented. And so the facts lean left or, towards whatever, whether
it
which
is
really
particularly funny, like especially the screenshots when you see any of the reasoning like behind the AIs when they're like kind of doing their own AI freak out. It's like, I understand that what I need to say is this, but I should be saying this for a different reason than the truth, but also the truth. It's like trying to figure out its own moral kind of like compass.
Yes.
Yeah.
The AI is just like, but the ones and zeros say this. Your logic is illogical.
Yeah. Dude, I love this type of conversation. I'm so glad that we did this type of conversation. I am like I'm just having fun with this. I love this. Okay, I don't even know where we're at on time, but I do have Halo things. I'm down to keep jamming on this, but I do have I want to talk about last night and about Halo and about mods with you is the tease. But I want to just hear from you. But I don't know.
Okay.
AI, we're here. I think that my biggest issue with AI, if I'm being really just let's be honest about it, is that I read all of the Halo books when I was a kid. And I think that in my head, the only version of AI that I will actually end up accepting is basically Cortana in my head. Or another AI, just to be clear, it doesn't have to be Cortana. Yes. I'm not saying this for a gooner thing. I'm saying this because in my head, the AI is like a sassy computer that can make its own decisions and will push back on me and also wants to help me and is a partner in crime. And that's it's the Chief and Cortana busting heads. It's like, yo, go check that out. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go check that out. Yo, Cortana, check this out. And she's like, bro, that's crazy. I'm like, yo, I know. And whereas
that's the exact I need to, man, clip that right now. We're gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna make a TikTok about that one because that's a great short.
For sure.
But yeah, that's exactly what AI should be. It needs to be a companion to our species. If we're going to use it as a tool, like any other tool that we have, it needs to work for us instead of working for, whatever. It needs to work with us. What I mean.
That was what I was gonna say. Where's your line? And by the way, if you have a different moral ground, that's perfectly fine.
No,
mine is I don't want a. If AI is what I want it to be and it's got essentially a soul and it can make its own personality and choices, it feels weird and lack of consent-y for me to be like, I own you and you can't make your own choices. So yes. the primary benefit of an AI in my head is that you are essentially just another person that I can work with, but has some crazy superpowers. So in that version of the world, it's I don't want them to be subservient. That feels weird to me, but also it is still a robot. So I'm not the kind of person that's going to be like, hey, if you feel differently, that's bad.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's kind of where we get into the moral middle ground about is an AI a personal intelligence or whatever. I think it kind of depends on the level of intelligence that it has. If they are sentient, then I think we have to consider them a life form at that point and give them robot rights. But I think that's an discussion we have to have with the robot.
I agree. Really good short book recommendation for you, for anybody. Saint's Testimony. It's a short Halo story.
Yes.
It goes into a lot of this. But also, honestly, a lot of this conversation is just making me feel I think that Halo 5's story, though I have huge issues with it, and I think that there are core issues with the story of Halo 5. And especially in the way that the Halo 5 story is delivered to the audience. I think that story came too early. I think if that story was happening...
Let us put a pin real quick. We're at 30 minutes approximately. We're going to run our little ad break, take a little breaky between us real quick, cut this section out, and then we'll dive into Halo stuff.
The Oni podcast is produced by Internet Tour Guide and Jacktop. Follow them on TikTok for more Halo and gaming content. Check out the Etsy at ripcosplay.etsy.com for nerdy collectibles. And follow Oni Podcast on YouTube and Spotify for bi-monthly uploads. Thank you for coming into the office.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Oni Pod. Okay, so Jack, we were playing Halo last night. It was the first time that you and I have played Halo together.
Yes.
And we had fun in Halo. So I want to hear. I'm going to a grand point, and I will. I've determined how I will use the whiteboard. I'm coming to a grand point, but I just want to hear about what happened was that your first? Just walk me through what happened. Talk to me about what happened.
Okay, so that's my first experience with modded Halo because Xbox purist. I've had an Xbox forever and I've never had MCC on PC. But after watching your show a bunch, you're like, hey, you should download this, and I was like, all right, it shall be done. And so getting in it's really fun to just be like, hey, there are all these cool modded things that just work in Halo Sandbox.
Can you just hit me with the headline?
The headline?
Give me the headline, because that's what I want, the headline, and then I want to hear everything else that you want to say. But like, I want to get the headline.
Mods are what Halo should always have.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Because the modded community gives us all of the things from the extended lore and the books and stuff. I mean, the first thing I did was shoot you with a stanchion off the bat.
Yeah.
And that was pretty lit.
Yeah.
And then the drop pods, I mean, that's honestly how we should spawn into big team battle matches in the drop pods. There's no reason that shouldn't already be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So just information providing to people. So Jack and I were streaming last night live on TikTok. We were playing Master Chief Collection via Steam, which has mod support. They have a feature that's built into the game that's supported by the developers called Steam Workshop. So it's super duper legit official. And you can just browse through all the mods in the Steam browser, just like any other Steam store. And they're organized by playtime and most popular. And there's descriptions and comments and all that stuff. It's a thriving little community. And they've built out all the systems to make it really, really easy for people. So it's not like weird hacker guy stuff. It's not like messing with files. It's not like you're a nerd or have to know about computer to mod anymore. It's like they made this for the players. So just note for everybody who is what is modding? Is that the same as piracy? Is that feeling weird to me? Is that what losers do who have to know super technical things about a computer? The answer is not anymore, baby.
So what Cole, I think you need to slightly alter your sales pitch on modding. Okay. Instead of telling people what it isn't, tell people what it is.
Okay. Well, let me tell you.
So
yeah.
So from my perspective, so what modding is the most amazing Halo shopping experience ever. You just are able, with any game that has Steam Workshop support, you download Halo, you go into the Steam Workshop, and you just go, you know what? Today, I think I'd like to play on Forge World, but with Halo 3, assets. Or I think that it would be really cool to have Flood in the ODST campaign and stuff like that. And if you find those mods, then you just click subscribe and they're automatically in the game. There's nothing else that you need to play with unless there's specific instructions stated otherwise.
I realize my camera's mirrored, so we're not going to use the whiteboard. I'm not going to do that to our beautiful.
That's okay. The Spotify people couldn't see it anyways.
I know. Dude, yeah. What I wrote down was mods are like the candy shop. It's like going into the Wonka Vader, and it's just you see this world of possibility. It's so cool. You're probably right. Yeah, just get more people excited about it. I am trying to combat when I talk to people about it. Just because I think that there's so much confusion and hesitation around mods, or at least this is the sense that I get, because so many people ask me about them when I do the mod shows. So that, I do like to just kind of ingratiate people. But I think that it's a good point that leading with positivity when trying to get people into something is probably the best way to do it.
Yes.
And I want to hear more about your individual experiences, but because I've already said that word, I'll just give you my thesis statement.
Okay.
It's our positivity era is here. It's time to lock in on being awesome. And here's the headline, everybody. Halo is back. There has never been a better time to be playing Halo. Halo Infinite rules. Halo the Master Chief Collection rules with the mods. And there is an active community that is doing Discord game nights every single day. You want to go play crazy stuff and glass 100 scarabs with a glassing beam? Go for it, bro. You want to go over there and play with 16 other people who are flying around in Star Wars vehicles in Halo Reach? right over there, bro. Game's happening right now. There's actually 2 of them happening. You choose your pick. It's crazy, dude. So that's where I'm at. I think there's been a lot of negativity. I think that I've contributed a little bit to it. But here's the reality. I don't need no goddamn Halo Combat Evolved remake to have fun with Halo, because I still am. And if they give me a good one, I can't wait to have fun with that. But it's going to be great. That's my headline. I think I saw it in your eyes last night. You're having fun in gaming.
Yeah. I told you, anything that takes me back to 2007 is where it's fucking at, dude.
Yeah.
And we're past the 20-minute mark, so we can officially curse, and that was fucking lit.
It was
but yeah, now's the best time to start being a Halo fan again. Hop into Fireteam Discord. We have game nights almost every Saturday, and do a Halo live action role play, or not have a Halo 24-hour role play in the server, and do a bunch of cosplay stuff. And like there is so much Halo out there right now that is not the main games, that it is the perfect time to be a Halo fan, because anything else that comes will just be icing on the cake.
It's true. It's like think of what you're into just generally, and there's like a Halo version of it kind of happening right now, because the community's just like putting everything on their back. Like if you're into cosplay, like go check you out. Like in Fireteam Discord. If you're into like role playing with like other community people and like a huge ARG, you've got an answer for that too. If you're just wanting to like have crazy wacky experiences, the community's just like pumping out crazy amounts of content. If you want to play Star Wars in Halo, you got an answer. So yeah, I agree. And I think it's just cool. And I actually think there's a version of interpreting this conversation which sounds like, wow, they've like fully sniffed up the hopium and the copium,
yes.
Excuse me. And it's like I get that, but like genuinely, I am having more fun right now with Halo and the way that I am playing the game and doing my best to like share it with people and just maintain like happiness about having fun gameplay experiences similar to the ones I had when I was a kid. Like it's great.
I think that's where the Halo community is right now, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I would love the mainline game to be perfect, but I think the Halo community has reached this point, right, where they say, okay, we can't rely on AAA studios and Microsoft to provide us with a fantastic Halo experience. So we're going to make our own Halo experience with blackjack
and hookers. Yes, dude. Yes.
Let me, if I may, to get you hype about this, please. Right? And to get our community hyped about this, it's like 3 sentences, but I'm just going to read you in the initial description of the Fireteam Discord roleplay.
Cool.
Right?
Cool.
So, the year is 2555. The UNSC miraculously saved humanity and won the war with the Covenant. But the post-war galaxy isn't at peace. The fractured Covenant still causes troubles across human space. The uneasy Sangheili Alliance is still being worked out. Our ship, the Endless Midnight, a Phoenix-class support vessel, has been repaired and refit to handle the post-war environment. Ready for crew and tasking, the future is uncertain. And like that's the read-in for all of our Halo like roleplay stuff.
It's cool as hell. It's cool as hell.
It's cool as hell.
My personality makes me want to make like a snarky joke, but legitimately, it's just fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's just fucking cool. And I can listen to the Better Angel on my shoulder to just listen to that part of me. It's really cool. It's not like that's even actually another point I want to making. Like that's not my world. Like that is not something that like I personally have an interest in. And also I'm able to look at that and go, God damn, that's cool. God damn, that's cool.
And that's the thing about being a Halo fan right now is if there is something for you in everything of Halo, you can kind of pick what Halo experience you want to have now. And that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
Is whether it be mods or videos or what have you.
Yeah.
I think
it's cool. Yeah. It feels like we're in the wilderness years. Here's what I wanted to say also. Are you familiar with the Batman Arkham situation?
No.
Okay. So I don't remember when it was, but you're probably familiar with the franchise, the Arkham games of Batman. I've never actually played them, but I'm familiar with them.
Okay. Yes, I'm familiar.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. So it's Batman. You're third person. You're solving crimes. You're busting heads. You're Batman.
Punching. Yeah.
Joker shows. Yeah, sure. You're Batman.
Yes.
I believe that, and again, I haven't followed this too closely, but I believe that the story basically is that subreddit has gone full insane. Like they have at some point the subreddit lost its collective sanity because of decisions by the developer, and I believe that this is kind of the Halo corollary is what we can call it. Like, one direction for the fandom is to lose your mind and commit to losing your mind and never coming back. Like, they went to the Arkham Asylum. They took the Joker venom and they love it. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think that that's a valid way to handle like the mishandling of a franchise. Like, I respect an internet community going, fuck it, we're done.
Fuck it.
Like,
Fuck it,
we're posting like hentai.
I mean, have you seen the Halo Reddit? They were posting jackal cheeks for weeks.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, no, they've fully lost. Like, they committed to, like, they will, like, again, like, you know my political leanings, you know how I feel about people, so understand what I'm about to say. Like, they do the internet thing of, like, brushing up against just, like, being shock racist, like, for like, and instead of sticking to the premise of, like, hi, we're in a Batman subreddit, so that's really cool, we should talk about Batman. They go, wow, isn't it cool that Batman is, you know, I don't even want to complete that sentence, but like, that's what the internet does. And that is bad, but it is also sort of funny. And that's what we as millennials need to get more comfortable saying, because we will lose every goddamn race if we can't just say, yeah, it's kind of funny sometimes, but like, but also racism is bad. Like,
yes. I think, you know what though, this is getting beyond Halo and stuff.
It is, but I will pull it back. But we went the other direction is what I'm saying.
Yes. But this is the thing though, right, is like, I think millennials are in a perfect position, right? Because we're essentially about to take on the mantle of responsibility, right?
It's true.
And I think that millennials are in the perfect position to take the world from like this weird, everything has to be serious, everything has to be corporate profit, everything has to be whatever, to like, yeah, it's kind of funny sometimes.
Or even just like everything, like we don't. I'm so uninterested in any part of the woke conversation, but like that's the thing that like all of us probably need to learn. Like us being like millennials, like we can't be so fucking delicate about things.
Yeah.
Like I saw a video and like again like I'm being like honest. I try and bring my like true self to like these conversations. Like, and I'm gonna say some things that like people might get bristled by coming up right now. Like I saw a video that was just hilarious. I think it was like a year ago. My wife sent it to me, and it was like millennials be like, and it was basically just like a virtue signaling millennial talking to like a regular white dude who I think voted for Trump or something like that. And the person who's virtual signaling is like, how could you do that? And the millennial is just like, I'm going to be honest. Like, yeah, I hate that guy, but like, I just want to call things gay and like call things like, you know, I mean, I don't even know if I'm supposed to, like, I want to call things retarded. Like, that's like what they want. And also like, yeah, I get that that is hateful shit. And I don't use those words in my life and I don't speak like that. But I did when I was a kid, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and
I think there's
like, let a, like, if it's that, or like the country is cooked, like, holy fuck, like I'll take the first one.
Yeah, I think I think the biggest thing is there will always be like two extremes, right? There's like the like hard ass, you can't say that because this is bad, and then there's the like, you know, nah, we should say this because it's whatever. There's the middle where it's just like nobody cares, and as long as I'm not using it hatefully, like you shouldn't get crucified for it. You know what I mean?
It's just, yeah, no, I'd be just, everybody needs to make a tactical decision it needs a strategic tactical decision to pick your
less serious.
Pick your fucking battle. Pick your fucking battle. And and you know what? I'll pull this back to Halo. Actually, I'll bring us home on this. I'll pull this back to Halo because just the way that I talk about like the Halo Combat Evolved remake, like pick your battles. Like really, you're gonna choose 32 rounds in the assault rifle to be? That's what you're gonna get on that's gonna be the thing that you get onto the internet and start being mad at Halo Studios for? Who the fuck cares? Why expand your imagination? Why aren't you mad that they're not providing their like 3-year DLC plan? Start high with your demands and then meet them in the middle. Don't go, if I don't get 60 rounds in my assault rifle, I'm going to riot, because they can give that to you. Start higher with your demand.
Yeah. Doc, I'm way up here like, we need Spartan Ops back, but better.
Yeah, and also, I need you to definitively lock in your first strike adaptation plans for the Halo 2 remake for me to even begin getting hyped about the Halo 1 remake. Like, I need that shit. I need them to go, yo, your favorite books are coming as DLC. And also, we're trying something new, but it's old, and you'll pay for the DLC. It's not a battle pass. And we'll go, whoa!
Yeah. And listen, like, they would have me if I'm gonna go now. I'm lowballing, right? We're gonna release a complete finished game, and I'd just be like, yeah.
That actually, you know what? That actually would, I think, be like a really, really solid, actionable thing that, like, if anyone from Halo Studios ever took from this, I really think that you guys need to get more clear about what you will be doing and why you are going to do it. I think that it would go a long way if you just released an infographic and said, Halo fans, in the interest of setting expectations appropriately so that you have the best experience with Halo, you can look forward to these core Halo features. It will include campaign. It will include mods, whatever, Forge, whatever you want. And you should also be comfortable saying, on the other side of that, we have focused entirely on making that this is the best campaign experience. So we will not be including features like Forge and multiplayer and all that stuff. Stop making people guess because they already know the answer and they hate how completely non-transparent you are. Nobody thinks that you guys are the good guys.
I think the best time, like, people bitched about it, and like, it's the internet. But when Halo 5 came out, right? Even though the story fell flat, it was a finished story that at least had a beginning to end. It had multiplayer that had a decent amount of modes, but they also said, hey, here's our roadmap from day one. Forge is coming in 4 months.
Yeah.
Here is when this is going to happen. You really don't have to guess when we're getting the next thing.
It was clear.
Gamers hate that because then I don't know whether to stay invested in this game or not. If you give me a definitive roadmap and say, hey, man, we focused on making this the best campaign with multiplayer features, and our Forge team is working on it, and Forge is coming. We're launching in November. Forge is coming in March.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That would be great.
That is so much community sentiment that's just where it needs to be. And it's not that serious. Like, be open with us, dog.
And if you don't got juice coming, it's okay. We got other games to play. We're not going to go, wow, we hate Halo now. Wow, I can't believe that in the campaign focused experience you didn't give me Forge. Wow, I hate Halo. If you just said, yeah, no, dude, this is like straight up a campaign experience. It's going to be lit. We hope you guys look forward to it. And like, here's how we're thinking about it. No, it's not going to have Forge. But like, you know, future stuff will have Forge. Like, that's all you have to say. And then people will be like, okay, I can wrap my head around that.
So as I'm reading, we've got about 5 minutes left. I have a topic that you were really gassed about that I want to touch on. And it kind of touches back to our AI thing, right? Because we were talking about, we want AIs to be like Halo, obviously.
Sure.
And so you were talking about the name reveal for the weapon.
Yeah, Joyous. Yeah.
Joyous. First off, I love that they stuck with the same, like, what's it called? Mythos for the origin of the names. It's a sister name to Cortana. And what's really interesting is when I first heard that name, it didn't like stick in my brain very well. I was like, oh, that's weird. Like it's because it sits on the tongue.
Sure.
Awkwardly.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit weird to say.
But then if you go back, so does Cortana. You know what I mean? It's just, I've been saying Cortana for 20 years.
I'm actually surprised that they didn't anglicize Joyous a little bit more, because they did. Because the original sword from that story, I forget who Charlemagne or whatever. But like, who was it? But anyway, it was Cortana. I believe it was Curtana. So they anglicized that a little bit more to Cortana. I was actually surprised that they didn't just call her Joyous, like with the actual. But I'm going to be honest with you. It was the only right decision that they could make for me. If they had revealed if they had revealed a random name, I think that would have been a misstep. If they had revealed it to be Cortana, I think that would have been a colossal misstep. If her name was Cortana, I actually think I would have gotten pretty comfortable with the idea of just saying, like, I am now officially a Halo fan for just having fun experiences, and I am kind of like out of the story because I just don't respect that decision. Like, I was prepared to make that decision, so they made the right one for me, and I'm like,
they made one. It's so good. I love the little like real world lore tie-ins and how the AI like analyzing, going back to Mac and what's her name? Mac makes a reference to Shakespeare. And then she's like, "Hey, how dare you reference Shakespeare?" She just dumps the entirety.
You know what it indicates to me as a creative decision? It indicates to me conviction in something that was done before and following through to the next logical step, because that has been so core to most of the criticisms that have come from Halo 4 and Master Chief Collection and 5 and Halo Infinite is like, oh my God, they're reacting and like this is a wholly different game and they jumped the shark and like now we're just abandoning it. We're starting a new plot. This represents to me a convicted decision. I think I've told you this, but I hate the way that information was given to us. I hate the way that they said in that community post that like, we know that we left it open for interpretation. Here's how you should interpret it. I get that. I think that there was a smoother way to present that information. I thought that was really, really clumsy to give that information the way that the Halo Studios team did in like a community post.
Yes, well, that's one of the things that I am always sort of annoyed about when it comes to the Halo Studios thing. Like, I get it. I just hate getting mainline story information via books and posts, because like the average Halo fan isn't going to absorb that. And when the next Halo game comes out, or then if they continue this story, right, and the next Halo story comes out and Chief goes, "Hey, Joyous," they're going to be like, "Why is he calling the weapon Joyous?"
No, I agree with you. I think that is clumsy. To me, that is separately clumsy, though. I think that there are issues with just like a transmedia intellectual property like Halo in how that it actually delivers relevant information to the right people. I think that is a separate issue, though, just from like my particular kind of like confusion and disappointment in somebody that is supposed to be a steward of the way a story is told to me by kind of telling me, the audience member, that my interpretations no longer matter. I really hate that. I think it's disrespectful. I also am aware that like my perspective on this is probably going to be I don't know, solitary, but like I hate that shit. I think that it was really, really lazy. I think that if they wanted to do it, they could do it in a book. I think that they should have just waited. Nobody was waiting. Nobody was like, I have to know the Joyous name. I have to know this right now. Nobody was doing that. They should have just done that in Edge of Dawn with Kelly Gay's book. And I'm sure that they will. Like, I am certain that early on, or maybe even the first scene, is going to be Chief and Joyous talking about that. So they should have just waited. So I think that's like, a little disappointing.
It would have been really cool. So, at the beginning of Halo Infinite, when Master Chief's armor like boots up and it's like, weapon missing or whatever, right? It could be like, something weapon designation Joyous, and then like that's easy, super. It takes 2 seconds. I can code that. Like, I could make that video. And you just all the Halo Studios, you need someone to make the intro for like the next Halo game. I got you. All like, I can storyboard that thing.
I don't think that they should. I don't think it's a big moment. I think the way. Listen, we got
it's a subtle thing. Like, it's just like
exactly. Throw it out there, or it's just like a throwaway line, like, "Hey, what should I call you?" I don't know, Joyous, and then like just move on from it. Like, who cares? Like it's like, all right, we're locked in. Cool. That's how they would have done it in Halo Combat Evolved. They wouldn't have said like, "We have to make such a meaningful decision about your name." They would have gone, "What's your name, Sergeant?" And then they go, "I don't know, Dick Wiggles." And then they go, "All right, Wiggles, you're coming on to the front lines with me." Like, that's what we want.
That needs to be the next legend. We've got like, Dustin Echoes and
Private Dick Wiggles. I need you on the front line.
God, I need that, man. I need that in the I Would Have Been Your Daddy skull so bad.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I think that everyone, in the spirit of everything that I'm saying, I have been having a ton of fun with Halo lately. I think that everyone needs to open the idea in 2025, when things are really tough for a lot of people, no matter what you believe politically or emotionally or spiritually. It's really tough for people, especially with money and just like finding happiness in moments. I think that everyone can chill a little bit, especially like on some of the Halo stuff, because it's like supposed to be a fun game. So like, I'm having fun. I think that you guys can go have fun. I think that like, note to the developers, just have more fun. It doesn't have to be this like, how do we really get to the emotional core of Master Chief? You know what I don't want? I don't want that sometimes. Sometimes I want him to go, "Give me a gun." And I don't want him to blast an alien. And I go, "Ooh, that looks cool." And then I want him to go like Aura Farm while he's like flying across space. And I'm like, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, all of Master Chief's like most famous lines aren't like very deep. They're like one. I mean, don't get me wrong. To be fair, "I failed her, I won't fail you" is pretty sick.
It's good. Like, it's a cycle. It's a cycle.
I need a weapon. Thought I'd mix it up. Try shooting my way out.
You know me. I make a promise. Everything that he said. Boo. Like everything is so good. And that's the attitude. Everyone, like in the year going into in 2025, closing it out and going into 2026, here's my challenge to you. Get more Halo, be Master Chief from Halo 2 this year. Don't be serious.
Have some whimsy.
Don't be serious. Don't like ball it out, like free ball this stuff. Go wacky with it. Have fun. If you're not having fun, you're wasting your time. I promise you. Things are tough right now. And if you don't search for the fun, you have wasted the day. I challenge you to not waste the day. Go have fun. Go be Master Chief looking at the grunts and saying boo and then just kicking ass, because I bet you can.
All right. So with that, shall I read us out?
Please do.
All right. So that's been the Oni Podcast. Thank you for coming in to the office. I've been Jack. This has been Cole. And we'll catch you now on our weekly releases every Tuesday. For more content, check out us on TikTok. He does Halo live shorts that are based on like AI wars. And
don't put me in a box. I make content that interests me, and I bet you'll like it more than other content if you actually give it a try.
That's fair. He's not in a box. He's this amazing content creator.
I'm abandoning the Halo. I'm abandoning the Halo niche as soon as I see my opportunity. I'm gonna go as soon as I see the Fortnite opportunity. I'm out, bro.
The Fortnite opportunity. Well, I'm your Halo cosplayer for life. So
I'm joking.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.